Hi, Meenal.
Hello. I can't see faces right now, so give me a minute. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, now putting everybody on mute. Hello, everyone. And kicking off. Just okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to the evening session. The topic today is equanimity before faith. So, a two-step process and why we should be in equanimity and then move to faith. So, what is equanimity? I will once again do a primer on equanimity. And then why is that the first step before you move to faith? So we link the two together as we go along. So just to kind of remember what equanimity is being okay with whatever is happening. Whatever is happening as it is flowing, to be okay with as the universe is flowing for you. If this, so what? If not, so what? So equanimity is basically not being attached to any outcome. When we look at our day, in the smallest of things, we are attached to outcomes. No matter what's happening around us. If we are cooking a meal, if we are making some tea, that's all that we are doing. If we are cleaning the house, if we are heading out to work, we have outcomes in mind, step to step. Even as we make tea, we want for the tea to be tasting good. Did I not mute the participants? Muting everybody again. Okay. So again, in every small thing, we have expectations and we want outcomes to be as we want them to be. When we go to work, we're already expecting that the day should go out in a certain way. And when it doesn't, then it creates a lot of chaos in us. And so when I'm looking at anything with the smallest of expectations, I'm creating for myself I'm creating for myself this opportunity to get hurt or for my expectations to break, and then for me to be angry, sad, disappointed. And when we are constantly being in equanimity, when we can observe, okay, here we set up an outcome, there we set up an outcome. We just need to observe. Most of the times, what will happen, the outcomes will happen as planned. But when we are in equanimity, when we are in awareness, we can look when the outcome is not as per our liking, then what is our reaction? Are we going to sit in disappointment, or are we going to be able to ask ourselves, if this, so what? If not, so what? And when we do that, the minute I look at an outcome, the outcome is not as per my liking. And then I ask the question, so what? I am already releasing all of that energy of fear underneath that outcome that I had put over there. No, my son needs to be in this way. My daughter needs to behave this way. My family needs to look in this way. My parents should always be healthy. My some, they should always be. And we keep creating outcomes in our mind as to what we think is the way that the world should move. The world doesn't move as per our energy. The only thing that moves as per our energy is our life. And so, as we move forward in our life, what are we going to do? Are we going to create more fear for ourselves? Are we going to create more worry for ourselves? Or are we going to be in equanimity and therefore When we are in equanimity, what are we creating for ourselves? We are creating a lot more peace, a lot more joy. As I create more joy for myself in my energies, I am replacing fear with fearlessness. I'm replacing lack with abundance. I am replacing all of the worry with joy and with the lightness of peace. Where is my tomorrow going to play out from? My tomorrow plays out from the energies that I hold today. And so today, as I become aware, as I come into equanimity more and more, what am I able to do for myself? I'm able to create more peace for myself, more peace, more joy for myself. It doesn't have to be at a reason. As a matter of fact, reasons are created from the energy. In the morning, there was a session, and in the morning, somebody was saying that for their jobs, they have a lot of insecurity, they have a lot of fear. And I explained to them that the job is not the cause for fear. As a matter of fact, the energy, the frequency of fear is making the job to be a trigger for more fear. It's the other way around. Something outside will keep triggering us, but what will it trigger in us depends on what our energy holds. Something happens outside which is upsetting. If I get upset, then I'm already holding that energy. If I get upset and then I'm quickly able to become aware, oh, I'm upset, I'm feeling sad, which means what? I must still be tuning into the sadness frequency. Then, as soon as I have observed that I'm feeling sad, now the next moment of awareness will bring the answer. Okay, release the sadness. Once you release the sadness, you are okay. You are in equanimity. And that's where equanimity holds. Now, why do we need to have equanimity as the first step and not faith? Faith. What is faith? Well, every time we see a miracle, we are asking for something, and sometimes we are not even asking for something, and we see the universe playing in our favor. When we see the universe playing in our favor, we call it a miracle. We call it a miracle. When we see and we think that the miracles are not happening, that the universe is not playing in our favor, then we call it an accident. That's all there is. When we think it's acting in our favor, we call the same event as a miracle. But when it's not acting in our favor, we call the same thing as an accident. But where are both of these coming from? Both of these are getting created from your energy. And so let us say that I'm praying for something. I really want a specific outcome, and I don't see how that outcome can happen. And so I pray to money and say, money, you take care of it. Money, you please do something about it. Money, you deal with it. I am surrendered to you. What does this surrender even mean? What have you done that speaks of surrender? What does surrender, the word, mean to you? I have surrendered to you. Now you do what I wish to receive. Well, that's not surrender. That's called using money as an assistant. Okay, assistant, here I am. I want to listen to this song. Now play this song. It's called Alexa or it's called Siri. And then we are commanding them to do something of our liking. Well, that's not called surrender. I'm sure that you understand that you are not surrendered. Well, most of you are not surrendered to Siri and Alexa. But otherwise, apart from that, when we are in surrender, what is the one thing that happens with us? It's not a frequency of defeat through which we surrender. It's not a frequency of stress with which we surrender. Okay, I can't handle this stress anymore. Now, money, you handle it, you do this, but you get me this outcome. The minute you have created outcomes in your mind, I want this to get better, I want that to happen. The minute you've created outcomes in your mind, it's not surrender. And so, in surrender, firstly, where do we have to be? In surrender, firstly, we have to be in equanimity. What if money does this for you? And what if he doesn't? What if you receive what you want? Okay, that's great. If you receive what you wanted that outcome, yay, now it's a miracle. But what if money doesn't do what you've asked him to do? Do you still feel, yay, the universe is playing in my favor? I didn't receive what I wanted. If you do, if you do feel that way, then yes, you are in equanimity, you are in surrender. But if no, if you feel pain that whatever you wished, money didn't give it to you, and now you feel doubtful, well, why he didn't give it to me? Why would he do this to me? I wanted this so badly. And now you've got doubt, you've got disappointment, you are playing in lack. Well, let me tell you why it didn't happen. Why money didn't create the miracle. There are two explanations, and both point the same way. Firstly, the frequency of money. The frequency of guidance, that is the frequency of money, that's outside, that's in money. And so we tune into that frequency to ask for our answers. But that same frequency also exists within us. And that's all that we are doing. We are using this outside entity to tune more and more into our inside frequency of guidance. It already exists within you. And what you are doing is, through your awareness of tuning into money, you are now tuning more and more into the frequency of guidance. So you have this frequency of guidance that's available to you at all times. Why do you only use it when you are falling behind on something, when you have a target to achieve? Why do you only hand over things to guidance at that point in time? Why do you only call out to money at that point in time? If you are doing so, then observe, because in all of this situation, you've already got an outcome in mind. You've got an outcome, you are attached to that outcome. As you're attached to the outcome, you will have expectations of that outcome being fulfilled. And when those expectations are broken, well, the link is always this, right? Attachments, expectations, hurt. So you are going to come to hurt at some point in time or another. Could be the same tool, could be another tool, but something is definitely going to show you what your attachments are creating for you: hurt and more hurt. So when we come in equanimity, when we ask for guidance, at all times, what happens? We are able to come to what if? So what if this happens? So what if it doesn't happen? Through peace, through joy in our heart, now we are able to tune into the frequency of guidance. As we tune more and more into the frequency of guidance, our very being, the understanding of energy, that everything that's happening is happening in our favor. Maybe we don't understand it. We don't understand it because our vision is so limited. We don't even understand how many journeys we have already taken to come to this point, to come to this place of now. Now, where you are being taught, where you're being taught about awareness, where you are being taught to come from the energy space and not merely the body space. And how many years and how many centuries have you already spent in duality before you come to this place where now you are learning, you are now beginning to understand oneness? So you've already been there, you've done so much of it, but you don't understand it because your eyes are constantly looking outwards. As the eyes look inwards, more and more energy expansion happens, and you begin to know the universe is playing in my favor at all times. This outcome or that outcome. Whatever the outcome be today, it doesn't matter. The outcome has already manifested. Whatever is in front of your eyes, that's a manifestation. Something has already manifested, and now it's creating a lot of botheration in you. Take a moment to release the botheration. Take a moment to come to equanimity. Why? Because something that already manifested is in your energy. In this moment, use this opportunity to change your energy. You can, if outside something fearful is playing, you can continue to play in that fear. If outside something is creating lack in you, you can continue to play more and more in that lack. And yet, when outside something lack is playing, you can now become aware, oh, this frequency is of lack. I'm going to change it to abundance. And what to do to change it to abundance? Simply release. In the positivity process itself, when we ask you to release, therein itself is equanimity. You probably haven't even noticed, but the line says over there, when I talk about the positivity process, I say accept and allow. Allow the emotion, accept the emotion, and then release. Don't release it out of fear. Oh God, why am I again feeling sad? Oh God, now I'm again going to cry. Oh God, now I'm again going to be in so much pain, so much anger, so much disappointment. And now, what is it that you are creating? Not just are you sad, but also you are creating fear about your sadness. And even in this, as you release, you are still releasing from fear. So when I say accept and allow, what is it that you have to accept? You simply have to accept that this frequency that you are sitting in, whether it's the frequency of sadness or anger or disappointment or lack, it's a frequency. It's only a channel. And so you can change the channel. Simply accept that Meenal's frequency is also a frequency. This frequency of sadness is also a frequency. I can watch any program that I wish to watch. And from that place of power, that I can watch any program that I wish to watch, from that place of power within yourself, now you change the channel. There is no rush to change the channel. Why am I sitting in fear? Oh my God. So what if you get to sit in fear for another 1 day or maybe another 2 days? Now you know, and now you can observe the fear. You can simply again and again have this conversation. What happens outside? Something bad is playing outside. 5 people get corona. And you have been with all those 5 people, who are now in corona. And immediately fear comes in. Now, before you rush to the doctor, which would be your unaware response, oh God, now what should I do? Should I get more masks? These all people have corona. Before you rush out for action, simply observe the energy. That would be the awareness answer. Observe the energy. Where am I coming from? I'm coming from fear. I'm coming from worry. Oh, did I just tune into more fear and more worry again? Okay, let me change the channel. Let me tune into Meenal frequency first. Let me come into Masti first. And from there, I will follow whatever I need to do. Firstly, change your frequency, come to equanimity. So what if 5 people have got the corona? So what if those 5 people have interacted with you and now you are going to get it? So what? And I constantly tell people this corona is such a big, now the third wave has come, now the fifth wave has come, now the seventh wave is on its way, whatever it is. But if it's creating fear in you, understand that you sit in fear and you create more fear. And now, in awareness, you have the choice. As fear hits you, become aware that it's simply fear, a channel. You can change the channel. It is in your hands to change the channel. And you will say to me today, oh, yeah, you tell me to change the channel. I will go out and meet with those people and then I'll get corona. Then what about changing the channel? Well, if you're meant to get the corona, you will, with or without the mask. If you are meant to die, you will, with or without the mask. But this fear that you hold in your energies, it is simply going to grow and grow more. So instead of holding the fear and growing the fear, I would suggest to you that instead of that, grow some fearlessness, grow some joy, because this, what you create today, is going to result in the tomorrow. Whatever that tomorrow is, you might not even see a tomorrow. You might not be there on planet Earth tomorrow, but that energy that you are holding, oh, it's going to manifest. We've lived, we continue to live in so many parallel realms at all time. And this is our energy field. It will continue to manifest till you transform the energy. And so through this process, through the process of coming to equanimity, through the process of doing the positivity process, accepting and then transforming the energy. That's what we are doing. We are transforming the energy of fear into the energy of joy. Why not faith first? So I gave you the first answer, that it's your frequency. As you grow the frequency of guidance within you, it's going to play more and more. But on one of those days when you seek this, this guidance from money, and then he doesn't fulfill your wish, he doesn't fulfill your wish. And what did happen over here? What happened over here was some other frequency of yours has played out. Some other frequency has manifested what you see as the final result. Now, what will you do? As this is also your energy that has manifested, now sit and release that energy. As much as you can, you have so many different tools to start releasing the energy of sadness, the energy of worry, the energy of fear. You have tools and tools, and you can begin to release now. Since it's already manifested, this too is simply a frequency of yours. And the second answer, why sometimes money won't give you, because this frequency of guidance that you tune into, that frequency that is sitting outside and releasing for you, manifesting for you, holding your hand step by step and helping you along, giving you answers. This frequency of money, his job is not to fulfill your wish. As a matter of fact, his real job is to make you agnostic to your wishes. If this, so what? If not, so what? It's his real job to empty your energy pot. Through and the emptying of the energy pot doesn't happen. No, sir, it doesn't happen from fulfillment of wishes at all. Because the minute one wish is created, every wish is created from lack. So when the wish is created, whether it gets fulfilled or it doesn't get fulfilled, either ways, there is lack at play. And that's why I constantly tell people that don't try to manifest something. Yes, I know that there is manifestations everywhere. People are constantly showing you how to manifest a million of rupees, a million of dollars. And yet I'm telling you that manifested from lack, $1 million, $1 billion will simply create lack. Might be in that part of life, might be in another part of life, because the bucket is that of lack. And so, in that bucket of lack, you will continue to grow lack. No matter how much money you receive, no matter whatever you receive, you will experience lack in some part of your life or another, because that's the energy, that's the vibration that you are operating from. And so, let go. Then people ask me, okay, but then if I don't listen, if I don't listen to you, and will it not manifest what I'm asking for? Of course it might manifest, and yet that will not be your last breath. You will be living some more beyond that as well. Who knows what will play out? I just simply say to you, sit today and create joy today, so that from this energy of joy the tomorrow gets made in equanimity, with more, with more of detachment to outcomes, you can create joy for yourself today in the now. The detachment is not from people. People have nothing to do with what you are feeling. Your emotion is your frequency. Whether there are 15 people around or there is nobody around, you can stay in masti. The masti has to be within you. This feeling of abundance, which I call masti, that feeling of abundance is yours and you have to tune into it. And outside, something will become the frequency of joy for you as you sit in more and more of abundance. So when at times, in faith, money doesn't do what you want him to do, now your faith is shaken. You think he's not looking at you. You think that the universe is not playing in your favor. But if you've already come to equanimity, if you've already let go of any outcome, then in that place, this deep knowing all.
Meenal, it is hanged. We can't hear you.
Meenal, we can't hear you.
Hello, hello, hello. Sorry about that, guys. My phone disconnected. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Yes, I can too.
I can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me figure out this for a minute. My network just completely went out. Okay. So here we go. But we were connected in energies. Yeah, we're always connected in energies. That's how it is. Well, this is wonderful that nowadays, at least, um, at least there are all of these options that Zoom doesn't disconnect all of you. You don't have to join back again. So much gratitude for technology and this beautiful way that we can connect. Okay. So beautiful this is that I'm even observing. I'm observing myself. The connection totally went out. The older Meenal, the perfectionist Meenal, would have been so perturbed. And right now I was just contemplating and I said, okay, the webinar has been left in the middle and people will be waiting. And the funniest thing was the only answer was, so what? And that's exactly what I was teaching you, that whatever happens outside, no matter what happens outside, are you able to look within and see and say to yourself, so what? And it's not just for this situation where, you 50 of you are waiting for me and all of that. This is already something that I would have counted as a very big situation. It would be what I would otherwise call a crisis. But right now, I no longer sit in any kind of crisis. A crisis is simply an event outside and it's creating emotions in me. And so, whatever the emotions are created, if you are able to look at those emotions, if you are able to come to this place of so what, and then you have faith, that whatever is happening, however it is happening, the universe is playing in my favor. So I'm here back again. And in this way, the universe is playing in my favor. If I didn't come back and I would go downstairs, and because I told Mitali reached out and she said, the network has disconnected and you're not on it anymore. And I said, okay, I'll try for another minute. If it happens, wonderful. If it doesn't happen, then also the universe is playing in our favor. So, well, this is a live example. Otherwise, Meenal would have been one hyper person. Meenal was that kind of person. Today, Meenal is not that kind of person. Meenal does a lot of choo-choo, cha-cha every single day. But inside, there is really nothing that bothers, or there's mostly nothing that bothers Meenal. And this is where I call the equanimity state. In this state, my faith in money gets stronger and stronger. And that's the step. Right now, otherwise, whatever the situation be, 2 or 3 years ago, when I was still, every single day is a journey. And so 2 or 3 years ago, when money created that situation outside, when I was at Kailash and my mother had a heart attack when there was no clinic at site, then my first reaction was of, okay, this is okay. I can watch within. And I was looking within and I was doing everything in surrender. As I kept looking within, now the universe had to show another something. So now mother started to get so much pain, so much body ache, so much suffering. At that point in time, I lost the equanimity. I totally lost the equanimity. Now, as soon as I lost equanimity, I was feeling helpless. I was feeling powerless. I was feeling angry as to why this is happening. So, you know what? I would, the one thing that I wanted to say to everybody again and again, this is a game, moment to moment. You're in equanimity right now. You might lose it within the next 5 minutes. Within the next 2 minutes, something happens and you lose your equanimity. Then what is the job to do? Well, again, bring yourself to so what? Bring yourself to so what if this happens. Underneath it, you will find layers of fear that you haven't looked into earlier. And that's why this is what the outside equation is here to show you. The outside situation is being created so that you can see what all work still remains for you to cut your attachment, to cut your expectation, and to come to equanimity, to be more free, more free. And that's where the whole path is constantly taking us. Okay. And then, so from there, the next link is very simple. As you look at money, not as an assistant anymore. Okay, money, I need your help. Okay, money, can you do this for me? Now you're no longer looking at him for assistance. You simply ask this question: what is there for me to learn in this place? And then your learning is complete, no asks from money, happy with whatever the outcome is going to be. And in that place already, you are growing your faith. Your faith is in an external entity, but it really is not in the external entity alone, because there is no external entity alone. It's the frequency of money that we are tuning into. And that frequency of guidance is already within you. And that's what you are getting to trust more. You are growing that same frequency within you. The outside money is calling you so that you can be money inside as well. So here is the link between, and that's why the link between first equanimity. Otherwise, money will do his job. You tell him, do this, do that, make this happen, make that happen. He will do the job. Who will do your job? The job of emptying your pot, the job of clearing out your energy field. So that job will still remain for you to do. And that's why I keep telling you again and again, first come into equanimity and then surrender. There is nothing called surrender if you are doing it from a defeatist attitude. Oh, now I have no option. I might as well surrender. Well, that's not surrender. That's simply defeat. Surrender is always done with joy. And the joy comes when we let go of outcomes. And the outcomes are what stop us from being in equanimity. That's the link. That's the chain. Hope you all got, hope you all have understood that. Let me see if there's any questions for me at this point in time. Adil says it was imperfection. Oh, so it was because of you that I had to get cut off and I had to come back again. What, Adil? Nonsense. Huh? He says it was imperfection. He had a call and he had to go for the call. He finished the call, came back, logged in, and here I was. Oh, well. So all of us can now beat up Adil. It's all his fault that we had to go off network. Any questions for me on equanimity and faith and how the two tie in and why it is important that while we have more and more faith on money, or on any entity that we have faith on, whoever we have faith on. It's not about that person, that entity. It's all about the faith frequency that we are growing within. And so as we do that, why is it so much more important to be in equanimity? So that we've already emptied our pot and we can sit in more and more of this faith that the universe is indeed playing in our favor, that we are indeed taken care of at all times, whether this outcome or that outcome. Any questions for me at this time? No? Okay, then today, instead of well, it's a kind of a meditation, but it's a cute meditation. So for that meditation, I'll just simply ask all of you to, I'll give you a couple minutes, go fetch a piece of paper and a pen and a large enough piece of paper, because we'll be tearing it into a few pieces. So just take a minute and go get yourself a piece of paper. In the meanwhile, let me say hello to more people. Hey Shivika, hey Poo, hi Manju, hi Mahima, hey Kobad.
Hello.
Hi, Meenal.
Hi. Hello, 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 hello to everybody. Good to see you guys here.
Hi, Meenal.
Hi, Meenal.
Hello. Who's that? Sanjay?
Hi, Sanjay.
Yes,
Sanjay.
hi Sanjay. How are you?
Good, good.
Good to see you. Good to hear you.
Nice. Yes, nice to see you too.
Thank you. Hey Veena.
Hi.
Hi Shiraz. Hi everybody.
Hi, Meenal. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I hope everybody now has a piece of paper in front of you. Tear it into about a dozen small pieces. Tear it into a few pieces and now keep it with you. And after you've torn it into maybe 12 or 13 pieces, just keep them to your side and relax. And as you do that, just simply relax. Take a deep breath in and close your eyes. And as you take that deep breath in, visualize money is sitting in front of you. Simply just sitting in front of you and watching you. And he's smiling. Money, you might have seen his picture someplace. Even if you haven't, you don't know what money looks like. You can make him look like anything. Whatever makes you comfortable, whatever comes to mind, that's money for you. And he's sitting and he's smiling, looking at you. And now you look by your side and guess who's there with you? Oh, there is Meenal. But then Meenal is only 4 years old. And you look at Meenal, this 4-year-old Meenal, and you're very surprised. Oh, Meenal is only 4 years old. And then suddenly you look at yourself. Guess what? You also are only 4 years old. And so the two of you, 4-year-olds, Meenal and you, the two of you are playing as money is watching. The two of you are up to some mischief or another. You're simply having fun. You're teasing each other. You're beating each other up. You are tickling each other. You are laughing, and money is laughing, looking at the two of you. Watch this play. It's so much fun. Money, you, and Meenal. You're having so much fun at this. And as you watch this play in the now, even in the now, you have a little smile on your face. This smile because you are having so much fun with Meenal and Mani. And Mani looks at you now and he asks you, hey, what's your name? And you tell him what your name is. And then he laughs and he says, nope, today we are going to change your name. You are going to have a different name. And then you and Meenal, you are looking at each other and giggling. You can't believe what Mani is saying. He's about to change your name. Okay then. And you look at him for what to do next. And so he says, take those pieces of paper and on the paper, write these words, or rather these group of alphabets together. So Mani, you will write phonetically. On one, write M-A. On the other piece of paper, write N-I, M-Ni. For Meenal, simply write me, M-E-E, right? That's how I always call myself. You write to me as me. And so for Meenal, simply me. So on the third chit, you will write M-E-E. And now, on those other pieces of paper, simply put your name down, bunched together phonetically. So if your name is Sunita, you will write Su, and then on another piece of paper, you will write Ni, N-I, and then on another piece of paper, you'll write T-A, and you'll make it Sunita. If your name is Dipali, then Di, Pa, Li. So 3 chits of paper, and then you already have 3 chits of paper, which are Ma, Ni, Mi. And now, Mani looks at you and he tells you, hold all of these chits of paper in your hand and shake them up. So you simply take those chits and you shake them up. And as you shake them up, and both of you are simply giggling and wondering what is going to happen next. And then Mani tells you, put everything in front of you, but without any order. Simply all the chits in front of you. And then as they lay out, put them in one line and see what comes up. There will be a MA somewhere, there will be an NI somewhere, there will be me somewhere, and then your name will also be there in the middle of all of this. Whatever the order is, it doesn't matter. Simply this new name that makes no sense is going to be your name for today. And so now I want you to tell to me what your name has come up. Whatever the name is. When I was told this meditation yesterday and I was doing it, I got a really funny name as well. It was, I can't again remember, but it was just funny. Mani Milan or something like that. There was a funny name that came up in the, in my meditation as well. And I had such a good laugh over it. So I want to know what your name is reading out to be. So Jaya has a name which is Mia in Maja. So cute. Mia in Maja. Parul has a name which is Lamini Rupama. Amrita says Mata Nirumiam.
Mine is
Hello.
Suni Madhani.
Nani says Mita Mi Manili. So funny. Mami P Shilni. These names are hilarious. Mahima got Meema. So cute.
I got Mahini Meena.
Wonderful.
I
then
got
Adil
Suni
Adil
Madhani.
has Adil has me, Madil me. So now, as you have all of these fun names, now you look at money and you are laughing. You're just looking at money, and money is calling you by this new name. And as you listen to your new name, you are just giggling and laughing. You are giggling and laughing. You can't believe this is so hilarious. This is so funny. You have a new name. And this new name is just so funny. And yet, what money tells you, look, there is money and me, both in your name. In you are money and me both. And so, for today now, this is your name. And you can't hear anything that money is trying to explain. Why? Because you are just simply laughing and laughing. And me is also calling you by this new name. And money is calling you by this new name. And they are both laughing, and you are having such a hearty laugh along with them. So, yes, this is your name. Why? Because this has money and me with you, within you. Enjoying this laughter, having so much fun, feeling so light in the frequency of masti and abundance. Does any of this have to make sense? No, not at all. Because nothing has to make sense. Everything simply an illusion. And so what remains? Just simply enjoying the illusion. Enjoy this beautiful illusion. Remember this name of yours. Have fun with this new entity, with this new identity that you have. This identity of yours is expanded. It has you and money and me, all of them together. This your new name. Lots and lots of love. Have fun. Enjoy while I read a few more of these fun names. Mami Shranzi. Oh, Mami Shranizi. Darna Minish. The name came as Me Asha Mani. Okay. Rupa says, Ma Runi Pa Mirupa. Mafa. Mafa is what I call. So much fun. So hilarious. Darna Minish, Mami Shranzi, Mani Malumi. Oh, so cute. Renu has mini manure. That is so funny. Mini manure. Manure is good for us. Manure is good for the plants as well. So enjoy. Aarti says, Mara Miniti. Aarti ko Mara Miniti. Wonderful. Have fun, people. Lots and lots of love to all of you. Enjoy. See you next Saturday.